Hi everyone, today's short video I thought I'd share some facts I compiled about silver, brushing up on my silver knowledge and share the findings. It's a bare bones video on the common forms of silver markings, some you know and some you'll find interesting. I have steered clear of individual country hallmarks, of which there are over 1,200 kinds. Far too many for my brain to handle. Let's get started. Sterling is the most common of all silver markings. Sterling is the quality standard in most world markets. It is an alloy of 92.5% silver. The remaining 7.5% is usually copper, though it can sometimes be other metals such as nickel. The purpose of the nickel added to silver is to give silver jewelry hardness. Pure silver is soft. It scratches and marks easily. Sterling silver is the silver color we are most familiar with. It is very bright and shiny, but it will tarnish. Sterling silver 925 is harder than fine silver 999, but is still fairly soft compared to many metals. The most common quality stamps in silver is the numbers 925 or the words sterling, and you may find the letters SS. These days, with a lot of fake silver marked as 925 floating around, it pays to carry a strong rare earth magnet. I stress the strong bit to get past a silver layer if something is plated or filled. More on this later. Do a quick magnet test. If the magnet attracts the piece of jewelry, it's not silver. Silver has no magnetic attraction. Of course, there are metals that are not magnetic, like gold, copper, magnesium, and generally aluminium. You can also find lots of fake silver made up of aluminium and an outside coating of silver. More on this a bit later. Fine silver is the closest metal to the pure element silver. It is described as 999, which indicates 99.9% purity. The 0.1% remainder consists of trace elements of insignificant quantity. Fine silver has a more vitreous luster than the bright polish of sterling. You'll find fine silver appears a little more grey and slightly dull. Fine silver is quite soft and will scratch, dent and change shape fairly easily. For that reason, it is less common in jewelry because items will not wear well over time. Because it is a soft metal, it is best used for earrings or necklaces instead of rings or bracelets that are prone to bumps and scratches. 825 refers to a grade of continental silver. You can also find 800, 813, 830, 835, and I'm sure there are other grades of silver I have not covered here. By law, all silver that is marked with a grade of its purity must also contain the name or the hallmark of the company that certifies its purity. Coin silver is interesting. Silver coins from the United Kingdom and the USA vary in silver content. A lot depends on the era that they were circulating. For example, in the UK, silver coins prior to 1920 was 92.5%, which was regarded as sterling silver. From 1920 to 1946, British silver coins contained 50% silver. From 1947 onwards, they were silver coloured and mostly made up of copper and nickel. These silver coloured coins look like the older ones. Best to check their dates if you're after the silver content. Silver coins circulated in the US may contain 35% silver or 40% or 90%. There is no sequential dates like the UK. The dates are a bit random, however there are large periods where 90% silver content was prevalent. A good source for checking the silver content is on the website cointrackers.com, silver content US coins. Silver filled is an interesting one. It is fairly new. Silver filled is a new layered metal that was introduced during the recent surge of the silver prices during the recession. It is not an alloy. See the diagram here. Instead, the sterling silver is a layer or skin on the surface. That skin layer can either be 5% or 10% sterling silver by weight fused to a brass core. This metal is fairly new, so it is not standardized in the US. Since silver filled is a layered metal. It cannot be cast. In regards to silver-filled items, the silver layer is thicker than silver plate, but this is still a much lower quality product than most solid silver alloys. Now that the price of silver has come down from the past highs, the silver-filled alloy is less common in the market. There is no legally approved quality standard for silver-filled at this time. You will find eBay is littered with shiny silver jewelry made this way. It will be written as silver-filled or S/F. You just have to read further, and if you find the price is too good to be true, then it's a good chance it's not 925 silver. Silver plated, as the name suggests, it is a thin layer of silver applied to a core metal. Even when jewelry is described as fine silver plated, the overall silver content is a tiny fraction. Silver plated jewelry is affordable costume jewelry. Plating can tarnish and will eventually wear off to expose the base metal underneath. Costume jewelry will not have a quality stamp, but it may bear the manufacturer's hallmark or logo. Now for nickel silver, this is a base metal alloy consisting of primarily copper with nickel and or zinc. It is an inexpensive base metal that is similar in appearance to sterling, but again, it contains no real silver. It is quite soft and makes an excellent practice metal. Nickel silver has many other names on the market, such as alpaca silver or German silver. It is used in costume jewelry, but should be clearly described as a nickel alloy since some people are allergic to nickel. There is a lot of great quality silver coming out of Thailand, India, Bali, and Mexico. You may come across terms like Thai silver, Indian silver, Bali silver, and Mexican silver. These are all 925 silver and will be appropriately stamped. There are also silver alloys from these nations that are described with just the nation of origin. It is recommended you check before buying. The silver to avoid. I think you'll like this one. I came across some of these in my treasure hunts. They are prevalent on eBay. Watch out for these words in titles or descriptions. I recommend reading further into the advertisement. If the price is too good, then it's likely the item may not be sterling. One in particular on eBay is written as genuine 925 silver S/F. I didn't know initially what the SF meant. As I read into the ad, I found SF means silver filled, so the price was too good to be true. I personally don't bother with anything described on this list. Other silvers to avoid: alpaca silver, German silver, and Tibetan silver. They contain no silver at all. Tibetan silver once did contain silver, but nowadays has none. They all consist of nickel, copper, and zinc, and polished to a bright silver-like finish. Another fact to note is that nickel is a known skin irritant, so those people with sensitivities will know if their jewelry contains nickel. You may have come across the markings EPNS, which stands for electroplated nickel silver. Silver plate or electroplate is formed when a thin layer of pure silver is deposited electrolytically on the surface of a base metal. Common base metals include copper, brass, nickel, silver, an alloy of copper, zinc, and nickel, and Britannia metal, a tin alloy with 5 to 10% antimony. Electroplated materials are often stamped EPNS. You may also come across EPBM for electroplated Britannia metal. You may also find EPWM, which is electroplated white metal. And then there is Hallmarks, which I have not gone into as it is far too in-depth for my brain. The hallmark for sterling silver varies from nation to nation, often using distinctive historic symbols, and there are literally over 1,000 hallmarks. Each country have their own set, and I have not bothered to touch on them here. Way too many for my brain to handle. Again, this is a bare bones silver education piece for myself. I am by no means a silver expert or a precious metal expert. These are my findings, and I've learned some things on this little silver facts journey, and I hope you found this interesting as well. Thanks again for watching.